Okay.
Fire it up, man. What's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
Doing fine.
What do you think of this new crest? And who are you, by the way? Can you introduce yourself to the Chicago Fire fans?
Yeah, my name's Nick, man. Most of y'all know me as the chairman of Section 8 Chicago.
Where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter up under worker Nickman22.
Oh, yep, that's awesome. I know.
Yeah, and Instagram under the same, Jedi Master Nick 22 on Instagram.
Well, fantastic. Great to have you on the show. Now, what do you think?
You know, I've been thinking about this since they introduced it, and it's better than the Crown, but it's still boring. It almost feels like they just took everything that people think about Chicago, threw against the wall, and just went, okay, there we go.
Yeah, like very, very basic. Like, it looks like the Cubs logo. It looks like the Red Stars logo. Even looks like the Cleveland Indians logo.
You're giving me the impression it's a milk toast.
Yeah.
You're giving me the impression it's a little too milk toast.
Yeah, that was the first thing I was thinking about it. Like, oh my God, they done ripped off the Cleveland Indians.
Oh.
We'll never hear the end of this.
Really? You think that's like a Cleveland C?
It almost looks like a Cleveland C, because if you look at like the Cubs or even the Bears, for example, and how they do their C, and then you look at Cleveland, which you could say Cleveland probably ripped us off, but it almost looks like that Cleveland C that you see with the Indians.
I wonder. I'm gonna try to look at some old Chicago insignias.
I like
to see
the
if
way
we
that
see anything like that.
I do like the way that they kind of connected the way that the C looks, at least a little bit, with within the video where they had the grid system spell out the C. So, like, that was kind of cool, I guess.
So the 1907 Chicago Cubs C kind of has these little frill attachments, 3 frill attachments, where this Chicago Fire emblem, this new one, only has 1. So, I mean, that's the only one I could see the influence really coming in right here immediately.
I mean, they could have took like how the Chicago White Sox made their C's before they changed it to the current logo, or how they do it with their away baseball jersey.
There's something similar. Yeah, they also have a similar C as well. Yeah, with this little diamond check mark, pockmark in the middle of the C.
Yeah.
What do you guys compare it to the old crest? What do you guys think about? I mean, compare it to that. That's what we got to compare it to the new old crest.
Yeah, but let's just settle this. It's Fire Crown. Old Fire Crown is the one that we just had. Old crest is the one that we all know and love.
The old crest, absolutely, yeah. Is this an improvement from the seemingly rushed now new old crest?
Fire Crown.
The Fire Crown.
The Light Keith's Crown. Yes,
yeah.
It's way better improvement. Way better. But still, it's still kind of boring.
It was a low bar to get across, too. It was a low bar to get over.
Yeah.
At the same time, you can look to our, the Columbus, who has recently just went undergo a big change as well, to see how far you can really pull that back and be like, ugh.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what we did. I mean, we did pull it back. That's what this is.
This is a severe pullback. It's very basic. It's 3 colors, white, red, light blue, and I know Tyrus.
The dark blue outline.
It's kind of reminiscent. Oh, and the dark blue outline. I guess there's 4 colors. It's reminiscent of the Red Stars in a certain way, but also maybe because Red Stars really embrace Chicago colors.
I mean, I said this. Oh, yeah, go on.
No, go ahead. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Red Stars really, when they made their crest, they really encompassed the city of Chicago. Like what we think about, one of the things we think about Chicago, mainly the flag. This one, it seems like, oh, let's copy off of them a little bit. Oh, let's copy off of the Cubs a little bit. Oh, let's copy off of the old Fire Crest a little bit. Oh, it's just they're copying things, and they just went, okay, here you go. Like it's like they're like it seemed like they were trying to be bold a little bit, but they were playing it way too safe.
I think that it like I don't know. I think we've always said on Twitter about how much like the Fire need to learn from the Red Stars and how much better the Red Stars have been doing. Like, Justine Freud came over from the Red Stars to the Fire, like a wonderful member of like the kind of PR area of the Red Stars, came over to the Fire recently. So, I mean, it seems like the Fire are just trying to be the Red Stars because they notice, oh yeah, the Red Stars are doing a whole lot better.
Could be something said for that. What do you think, workerman Nick?
Yeah, I mean, they're seeing the success that they're having, which is great, especially for soccer in this city, because they're one of the few winning soccer teams in the city, or one of the few winning teams, period, in the city. And
moment.
Yes. Well, yeah. Now the White Sox and the Chicago Sky are doing better in the Cubs, but it's telling you how much their community engagement is and how the good things that they're doing over there. So they're just like, okay, let's just try to do something that they're doing with just this logo. There's a lot of things that they can be copying from the Red Stars, which in terms of how they select their players, fan engagement, multitude of things. But it's like, okay, we'll just copy off their logo and let's go from there.
Hey, one positive thing to be said, though, which I just thought of, was the fact that they didn't put out a crest explanation.
I mean, they kind of did.
What with the video?
Yeah, they said exactly what they said that the supporters wanted, and that's kind of works as the crest explanation that they have, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess you're right, but you know what I'm talking about, where Austin FC
like, goes
and says, "Oh, this is the roots of the tree, which are forever unable to be pulled out by the likes of you," or whatever it is, you know.
I always thought that Austin City Crest was like them trying to stick it to the Portland Timbers, but that's just me.
It is
trying
wood.
to stick it to Oakland roots.
Well, it could be, yeah, or the roots or the Timbers, because you think, we got trees. What do you think? Oh, we'll cut them down.
I'm gonna think about what I like about this crest. So let's see. Do I like this color scheme? I like this color scheme. Dark blue, light blue.
Well, there's not much you
white,
can do.
Red. You guys like the color scheme? Check, right?
Yeah,
there's not much.
I like that one.
There's not much you can do to really, because one of the things that I said when Claire on Twitter, one of the amazing Red Stars journalists, when Claire said on Twitter about how much the new Fire logo looks like the Red Stars logo, I mean, I said there's not really much you can do different-wise that is going to do something new with the flag. You have these materials here. There's not very many things you can do.
Right.
I'm gonna look at the old crest, but so what about now this? Let's move on to the inner blue, the light blue Florian. It's the closest that they're gonna get to the Florian cross. Are you guys like this like weird badge Florian type of blue cross thing that we see going on here?
I mean, the thing is that it's not about whether we like it or not. It's fine. It's completely fine. I think both Nick and I agree on this. That it's fine. It's not anything new. It's just fine.
Well, for me, it makes me think about like, I don't know. It makes me think about pipes and water and I don't know, Chicago waterway. I don't know. There's things going on here in this crest that just subtle little things.
Do we look like cops now?
And then you got the Chicago. Then you got the Cleveland Sea, but really it's maybe the Chicago Sea, where maybe Cleveland ripped it off from. I don't.
Yeah. We had it first. Cleveland ripped it off of us.
And there you go. And then in the center, you got the Chicago Star. I mean, and you think about 4 of these patches next to each other. You got the 4 stars of Chicago. You can make something out of that. There's little things here that could be done. I'm liking it. Very minimalist.
I think I'm agreeing with a lot of people on Twitter right now who are saying just remove the outer blue circle. Not the Florian cross, but the circle.
The outer blue, the dark blue circle.
Yeah, it'll pop a little bit more. Like I understand, like this process, people had brought up blue, not as much as red, because I'm glad that they're bringing back red, and the next year's home kits will be red. But yeah, a lot of people constantly mention blue. So I guess that's why they're keeping that circle and why it was blue.
And I think that a lot of people mentioned blue because of like leading questions. Because I remember back when you guys remember the survey that they put out like 3 years ago or something like that, where they sent it to all the season ticket holders, a survey of like what is most important to you about the team, and very leading question of like what is the most important color to this team. Of course, second is gonna be blue because that's what's been on the jersey anyway, you know?
For me, it's just the men in red. I think for me, it's just that's the most important color. Is the basic? What is that basic one? I don't know about the secondary color.
Exactly. That's why it's kind of a leading question, because they had you rank it instead of just saying this is what I want. And then, of course, there's the other issue of a lot of. I think the one thing that we have about since the actual rebrand, well, since the original rebrand back in like November of 2019, of do we need to have FC on it, or at least instead of football, soccer club? Because that's the one. This is like my one story about actually having an interaction with Andrew Hauptmann at like an Ante Razov party right before he was inducted into the Ring of Fire. I actually got to talk to Hauptmann about this, and or at least talk to him about the way he'd been running the club. And the one thing that he said, like, this was the one thing that he was like, I did a good job on this, which was keeping it as Chicago Fire Soccer Club. And by the time he leaves, it is now Chicago Fire Football Club, and that just doesn't work in America.
I don't know. It's to me, it's not as big a deal. There's more things than the name that are the reason why the Chicago Fire are not working in Chicago, and why some people said, they're the team in MLS MLS could function without, surprisingly, a functioning Chicago team for years. So.
Well, I mean, for years, the Fire could function without a functioning MLS, to be honest.
But, what goes into this rebrand is trying to focus energy and refocus energy into into a new area, into new growth, into getting new fans, into getting new trophies. This is part of a new trend. So, I mean, they're trying to do something good here, and this is the start of it. And hopefully, this is the start of something good, even though, and maybe a little bit better than the way the last Crest started off.
Yeah, they pushed that last Crest on us. Like, it just came out of nowhere. Just like, oh, here you go. Like,
I mean, this one the announcement today was kind of a bit of a blindside, but like we already knew that it was coming anyway. I think I mentioned actually before the actual rebrand that I actually did mention a couple of times, like, this is about to happen at some point, and I kept thinking, by that point I thought, oh, maybe it wasn't happening, and then they do it. So yeah, it definitely was just like completely blindsided everyone.
Yeah, I knew that they were going to be introducing it. I thought next month, having meetings with the front office. I didn't think it would be this fast. I think because maybe a certain somebody we both know kind of maybe leaked it.
Yep.
Well, it does help with a very good brewery, so I mean, can't be mad at him.
Yeah. He's always getting the inside scoop on something.
Hey, leave Merch Brobo alone.
No, I just wanted to do something like give me something like tangible, like who shot JFK? Come on, man.
I'm looking at this. Oh, go on.
No, I was like, all this getting the merch and the new kid is great. I'm like, but these are some questions I need answered. But no, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying. So I mean, I'm looking at the idea that this was really kind of fan constructed now, which we didn't really get that idea or that gist, or behind the other crest. But they put out this graphic saying this crest was directly inspired by 225,000 plus words written via website submission, 500 plus hours of dedicated time via fan roundtables, 10,000 plus fan responses via social media, over 10 countries were interested, 28 states, Chicago Fire fans in 28 states were interested. Over 77 Chicago neighborhoods took part in this, and over 152 cities in Illinois had a fan in it take part in this. That's pretty awesome.
I mean, I think that, like, it's kind of the result of that, though. I mean, you know, the whole, there's the old saying about how the camel is a horse made by committee. You know, you're gonna get something, and this isn't bad. It's not bad. It's just like not the best that they could have done. It's enough. It's enough to. I think it's enough to make people stop like complaining to the team at this point on random posts.
I think so.
And I'm fine with that.
Yeah, we could just move on from this crest, this hideous crest, and like get some tangible stuff like the on the field product and the product, well, the fan experience. That'd be a lot better because you get tired of hearing about, oh, this ugly crest is going on. Oh, you still get this ugly crest. It's just like, man, I kind of just want to keep it just to keep it, but I'm glad that we got something a little different now.
You know,
we finally fixed that bit. I mean, I think internally they should be like looking at, you know, how can we make this even better than what it is? Because there's definitely a lot of room for improvement, but it's not going to be as big of a thing of like, okay, we need to do this now because everybody hates us right now.
well, nobody's even really noticing them, and hopefully this can start getting them
Well,
to
I
get
mean,
noticed.
fans hating them.
Oh, yeah, internally
Although-
fans. Yeah, the 6,000 to 18,000 fans. But what's interesting to note is that once again we have a dead jersey in the sale, going to be in the sales rack again.
Obviously, I'm getting it at the next locker room sale.
So
I want to get that.
Chicago Fire might as well just start putting these things out on sale right now, and then just start putting out the new jerseys. Jeremy McCullough of the Tribune reporting that the Chicago Fire have released a new crest that will be worn starting in the 2022 MLS season. And
Wait a second. Is the Columbus Crew wearing their new logo yet? Or no?
I do not know, but I saw their new logo being posted versus the Fire.
Because if they are using their new logo already, I mean, why wouldn't the Fire be able to be using this new logo anyway? Why isn't the
Why can't they just? I mean,
why isn't at least the Twitter account use the new logo right now?
Well, let's get this. How hard is it to really pull up 24 new jerseys for these guys?
How hard is it to change your profile picture?
It's Adidas. It's Adidas. I know this for the fact that Adidas had to get final approval of this crest.
Mm-hmm.
So next year they will start implementing everything with Adidas because I know that they're getting a new home kit, but they're keeping the white Lakeshore kit for next year. So, but they're getting the new home kit, which will be red. So that's the only thing that they're changing is a home kit.
Yeah, I think that goes in line with everything that's like I think is official now. So I mean, but as I said, why haven't they changed their profile picture though? Because that's easy to do. That's the easiest thing to do. I actually do need to just check now if the crew are already using their new logo on their kit, because they did it mid-season as well.
I don't know if they are. I highly doubt they are because everything
They're not.
like MLS, is Adidas. So Adidas, they already came up with their old kit, with their old crest. So they got to keep using that until next season.
But there is the same thing of, well, they have everything else changed right now. Like they had an immediate switch. So yeah, it does feel like I guess this was a bit rushed out specifically for today. They probably had it ready for next month. So we'll see how they fix things up that way then.
I mean, this is final, guys. All right, I think this is final. I don't know if there's going to be any adjustments or tweaks, but I mean, there could be.
I mean, I think that like over the next decade, there's going to be some sort of tweaks
Right.
to it.
Mm.